Hey, everybody. This is Sharon.
And this is Desiree.
Welcome to the Other What podcast. Hey, guys. Oh, my gosh. It's been so long since we've been on. Apologies to all our followers and listeners. I know you guys have been asking us for when we were going to come back, and we're back. We're here, thankfully. And so because we've been gone for so long, we wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on in all our lives and kind of set the stage for the next set of episodes that we've got planned for you, which is going to be really cool. We've got special guests and some really interesting topics, and just kind of all together, it's going to be a really fun season 3. And we've learned a lot about podcasting in season 1 and season 2. So hopefully season 3, will be a lot smoother and, on all those fronts too. But we're super excited. So Desiree, you're up.
Oh my gosh.
Tell the listeners what the heck has been up with you, because it's a lot.
Your girl has been on a journey. A journey. Yes. Oh my God. So, geez, where to even begin? I'm just going to start in December because we're now in August.
I know, so, totally.
In December, I think many of our listeners know that I was doing some consulting work for a high-end retail company. And in December 9th at 1:30 p.m., I got a call that said that January 17th was going to have to be my last day because of budgets and other things. They had to let a lot of the consultants go. That was very nice that they gave me kind of 6 weeks heads up, but the team that I worked on, I have never been so in love with the group of people I worked with. It just crushed me. And I literally sat in the conference room when I got this call for 20 minutes, just crying till I could pull myself together enough to go retrieve my things from my desk without disrupting anybody, because I just wasn't ready to talk to people about it. So once I kind of got myself together, I grabbed my things, I left, and I just texted the director that I was working with in the Atlanta office, and then my technical manager back in Oregon, who pretty much called me immediately, because when you're doing these consultancy roles, the actual client you're working for, they can't deliver this type of news to you, even though they know that it's happening. So they have to wait for you to tell them that so that they can talk about it with you. And everybody reassured me times a million on it wasn't a performance-based decision. It was literally, that was what they were told they had to do.
Yeah.
But the same week, Sharon, as you will remember, I had already packed up my place because I was moving into my new apartment that Friday. So this is Monday. So I immediately kind of go into this crisis panic mode where I have to now cancel the movers. I need to cancel, the electricity. I need to cancel the Wi-Fi, stop my mail forwarding, all of that stuff.
God.
And it was just a nightmare. And I was just so sad for not being a part of this team anymore. It was a lot. Let me tell you, I don't think I have cried so many days in a row in a long time.
I know. It was so hard. It was so hard. And so sudden too. I think that's what got us all. We were like, what? What just happened? And then, you're right. It was the ball rolling downhill. Everything just happened all at once. It cascaded on top of you. I mean,
it was a lot.
Yeah.
So then... Yeah. So, of course, I have, savings and stuff, but I also don't want to just spend all of my savings towards rent and stuff. So I thought maybe I'll just put things in storage, go back to staying with my aunt for a bit, and then kind of regroup and then find something The apartment complex I was supposed to move into was super gracious and kind. I went and explained to them the situation, and they actually held onto the apartment for almost a month, hoping that I would still be able to move in. And I really appreciated that from them, but it just didn't work out that way. I thought I was going to move back to San Diego in January because I had gone through several rounds of interviews, even had to fly back to San Diego to interview in person. And then that fell through. I probably have put in close to somewhere between 600 and 800 applications applying for jobs.
Oh my God.
Since December.
Oh my God. Is it like 10 applications a day or 5
sometimes 20 to 30, just depends on my day and how crazy I get into it. So not only that, then I get interviews. I got second, third, fourth, fifth round interviews. I've had 8-person panels. I've had to do presentations, which everybody who knows me knows I hate to do a presentation for an interview. Because 1, it's a lot of free work I'm doing. 2, you could just use this, give me this scenario, and then you decide not to hire me, but you use my information. And it's just annoying to have to do that. I've had other large panel interviews, asynchronous panel interviews, which I don't know why they call it a panel interview. Just say it's a one-on-one interview.
Well, they make it. I didn't even know that they gave it a weird title like that.
Yeah, I was like, asynchronous? So you mean just a regular it's an one-on-one interview.
Okay, that's lame.
Oh my God.
That's super lame.
So I did get some, I was also like very steadfast in like how much I wanted to make, the benefits I wanted to have, the locations I wanted to be able to live in. And so I did get some offers earlier in the year, like in February and March, but it wasn't to the level that I wanted. And yes, I had a lot of people saying, well, just take it now. It's better than not making anything. But for me, like the time it takes to commit into doing work, it's just not fair to a company to say, yeah, okay, sure, you're offering me this. This will pay my bills for now. It's not what I want, but I'll do this and still interview. That's too much work. And that's not fair to the organization because it costs them money to look for somebody. So, okay, I just stayed for 2 months and now you got to start this process all over again. That's just a waste of everybody's time.
And also, you're looking for stability, right?
Yes.
Like, you don't want to have to jump around anymore. So you want to find the job that makes sense for you for the long term.
Yes.
And that does take time. And you have to say no to be able to do that. So that, like, kudos to you for sticking to that. And that's
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was tough. And it got down to, I was either going to move to Austin, Texas, stay in Atlanta for 2. So it got down to 4 roles. One was in Atlanta, as a full-time position. Another was a consulting gig, which was remote, so I would have stayed in Atlanta. One was in Austin, which I was really excited about. And then one was remote, but I needed to be in the DC area to get everything that I want. And so I landed on the one in DC. So I am going to be moving back to DC. I have a full-time role with a technology company and still doing change management, but now I have a little fancier title. I'm now a change management advisor.
Oh,
and I'm really excited. It's going to be great. One of the people who's the director, she actually went to the same grad school as me. We graduated the same year, but I was in the in-person classes and she did the online classes. But I'm sure at graduation, there's probably a picture of us close because our last names are close. So, yeah.
That's really cool. That's a great connection, too, to have. Well, Desiree, congratulations. When you said you were in a journey, it's been a lot, like it's August and you finally landed something.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I would be checking up on you like every week. I'll be like, how's it going?
Oh my God.
And I know.
Oh yeah.
It was.
And not only that, it's like also there's no access to healthcare now for me because I didn't have health insurance anymore. So I can't get certain prescriptions. I had a couple of doctors give me stuff that would last me, 3 and 6 months or 3 months and then a refill, but that's still expensive to pay out of pocket. So I have just been out here figuring it out, sans medications. And I got through. And then also it just helped me kind of just recognize when I'm feeling certain things in certain situations. And I think it's perimenopausal stuff too. We got to get back on an episode about that too.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
journey.
I think that's a good idea. We'll put put that on the books.
Yeah. So, it's been a lot, but, I've really had some amazing support from friends, from family, people saying, hey, come stay with us. I stayed with you guys for a week and that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I've had friends I get a text message from Zelle that's like, so-and-so deposited $100 and they're like, take yourself out to dinner. And I'm like, oh my God, just totally surprising me. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And great. Yeah. You got a great supportive community.
I have, but that's one of my things of like allowing people to help me. You and I have talked about this, Sharon, on, not being afraid to ask for help and not being afraid to let people help you, because that's been like a thing for me, not letting folks help me. But I have really leaning on my support system. And even though this has been a bad experience, at the same time, it's been really beautiful because I feel like I've, in these last 8 months, have grown internally and just like even more grateful and more appreciative of those that I have around me. And, I'm really grateful.
That's really awesome. Like,
Thank you.
It's like you've gone through this like really emotional and also just like life-changing experience, right? But what I thought was amazing about the last 8 months with you was that I know you were going through so much like emotional like crisis and you were crying, but you always, whenever we talked, you always sounded so confident and you always sounded like you were like, it's gonna be okay. Like I was convinced that you were going to be fine, even though I was worried about you, and I think that says a lot about the way that you present yourself. Mm-hmm. But then I love the fact that you also you were so vulnerable during this time.
Yeah.
And you let us help you, even though we didn't, like, sometimes I didn't really know how to help you other than just like checking in on you on text or we loved having you here for a week and that was such a treat. And the kids loved being around you and like all that kind of stuff. So like I loved helping you, I guess, Desiree. And I think all the people that were around you loved helping you too. And so we're so excited to see you finally getting to what, that goal that you wanted, and just excited to see what's going to happen in DC. I'm sad though. And I will tell you, the Atlanta community is very sad right now. So all Atlanta listeners, just know we're all very sad because Desiree is going to be moving to DC, but we hope that she will be visiting us more often now that she's going to have her big job in DC. And then obviously, Desiree, like everybody wants to like go up and visit you. So like, we're going to totally come and crash. So, but yeah, I mean, we were so excited to have Desiree like living like a block away from us. Yeah. Now she's going to live in DC, which is a plane ride away from us, but we're still very excited. And the great thing is that I feel like through the podcast and through all the amazing friends that we've made, the community that we've built, you're not going to be very far. It doesn't, it's not going to feel like you're super far away.
Right. I mean, even these last few months that I have been kind of in and out of Atlanta, I've spent most of my time in DC with my family up there. It still never felt like I was far, but I think it was because we were constantly communicating. Yeah. We had almost a 2-hour phone call one day.
Oh my God. That was amazing. I was like, what? We talked on the phone. Remember the phone guys where you actually dial people? Like that's what me and Desiree did. It was amazing.
For 2 hours.
It wasn't even a FaceTime call. It was a phone call.
I am holding the phone. Yes.
So, like I appreciate that. And I think that that's why, we get along so well, but we want to hear each other's updates. We want to like give each other that support. And I think that's what we do so well. So we're going to continue doing that, even though you're going to be in DC.
I appreciate that.
I know.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So, don't worry, people. We're not going away. Desiree's just moving to DC. That's all.
Just moving back to Chocolate City.
I actually can't wait. I can't wait to hear stories about DC because I hear it's really gay, and then I hear it's so Black friendly too. Yeah, like it's one of these like it's just like an anomaly in America. Yeah,
it's an experience that I love. I mean, everybody knows I was born there and I've moved there. This will be, I think, my third time moving back to DC. But I love it. And I actually did go to Black Gay Pride in DC this year.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I have not partied that hard since my probably 20s. One day I went to 3 different parties.
Oh my God. That's amazing. You were living the dream. Yes.
It took me about 3 weeks to recover from that.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up and take a little quick break. And then you guys can get a little update on what's going on with Sharon, which is very different than what Desiree's been going through. As usual, we're opposites as usual.
Opposites.
But we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Be right back.
BRB. And we're back. Welcome back to the first episode of season 3. We're doing our updates, and now it is time for the lovely Sharon to get her update. How you been, girl?
I've been doing okay. Woo! I mean, like we were saying before, very opposite of Desiree's experience. I love that we're opposites, but we still get along so well, Des. That's like the best thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where do I start in December too? Like you did?
You can start wherever you want to start.
What the heck was I doing in December? I don't know what I was doing in December. I think I played Call of Duty on Christmas Day. That's what I did.
You came to my place for my birthday party.
Oh, that was so fun.
God, I forgot to even talk about that.
Oh my God, the birthday party was so good. It was so good. I got you the local Lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew just put up. Yeah. So I picked up powerlifting.
Yes.
Crazy face.
She's so strong now.
I know. And it's awesome. Andrew watched us on live stream, and so did Desiree. Yeah. So it was really nice. So I've picked up powerlifting. I've set a couple of state records, if you can believe it, which is kind of amazing on the bench and the bench press and deadlift. And I'm loving it. I work out at a queer gym. Shout out to Liz Smash and what Liz is doing. It's probably one of the safest places I've ever been to work out at. Right. And
it's wonderful.
I'm grateful for it. And I feel so strong. I've been doing it for almost a year. Like I picked it up then, and I started strength training with one of the yoga teachers that I used to hang out with, and she did a thing on the side, and then I wanted to do more, and I missed competition. Right? Yeah. Like I used to do the triathlons and the races and stuff. I can't run anymore. This is now my new thing, to a point where my coach is like, told me the other day, she's like, you're a power lifter now. I would like for you and Amanda to find time together that's not doing cardio things, because Amanda's a triathlete. I tried to keep up with her swimming and biking one weekend. I was too tired to lift on Monday. I was so tired. And she's like, Sharon, you need to play more video games and eat more carbs. And I was like, this is the best sport ever.
Right.
So that's where I am right now. So I'm powerlifting. I have my second sanctioned meet is in 5 weeks, actually. So that's really fun. So hopefully I'll be setting more state records at that one. And then what's funny is that like when my next birthday, I'll be I'll be into the next age range. So I get to set another state record on the age range. I know. It's because I'm old. You're old, y'all. That's what it is. Kind of big girl now. But but it's been fun. And I feel so strong, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's it. And then the pictures that Andrew just posted, oh my God, it was so fun. They, my gym sponsored a rainbow deadlift showdown. So it was just deadlifting, and it was all for charity. So it was for queer nonprofits here in Georgia. And I raised I think almost $1,000. And then I did it with my girlfriend's 11-year-old son, and he raised $860. And wow. And we did it together.
Yeah.
We had matching outfits, and he went with me to the gym and he learned how to lift, like, you know, with good technique. And it was awesome. I just love that he came with us and he did the event with us, and he's surrounded by queer people. And it's such a great thing for him to see, like, different body sizes can lift heavy things. You don't have to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't have to look like the meatheads, like at the gym. You don't have to be assholes to lift heavy weights. And to me, that is just a gift right there.
Yeah,
so,
and he enjoyed himself too.
He loved it. His name was up on the board, and he was like, Liz is always like saying, like, he came up to her and is like, okay, Liz, what do I do? One lift, right? Switch grip, right? Like, he's like so into it. So anyways, and we do believe he's also a baseball player, that he's able to like hit more home runs because now he's lifting. That's what we think too, which I think makes total sense, right?
Claim it.
So claim it. Exactly. So so that has been amazing. I think on the other side of things too, I've actually got into a lot of meditation in the last like 6 months, and I've been doing it at a studio with a really good friend. And unfortunately, you know, she's looking for a new place to do it. So I've had to pause it. I think the meditation it changed my brain chemistry. It really did. And I think that a lot of the stressors, which we'll probably talk about through the season, I was able to kind of manage a lot of it because of meditation. And I made it a priority. Like, I would tell my boss and my team, I'm not available from this time to this time on Friday. Right. And they honored that, and they would like work around it for my meetings and stuff. And it was a priority for me. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm excited that she's going to start it up again somewhere in Atlanta. Yeah. So stay tuned on that. I'm going to give a big shout out to Sarah Carlson and what she's going to do. And once she gets her thing out there, I will definitely be shouting on the mountaintops for her. That's been really good. And for me, like, sitting still has never been easy. I think a lot of us, right? And so this was a big deal for me to learn how to sit still. I'm so grateful for that. I think the other big update that we haven't talked about is that I moved in with my girlfriend. Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm such a lesbian. Check my lesbian card off.
Well, technically, you all waited quite a while before moving in together.
We did, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, of course the lesbians moved in together. But yeah, we got a bigger apartment, and like, it's been great. Like, I tell Des this all the time. Like, I think I was supposed to be a parent or a co-parent, right? And I'm grateful that I didn't have kids with the ex, because that would have been disastrous. Yeah. So it feels right. It's like the right time to be in this co-parent situation, even with all of its weirdness, which again, that's going to be another episode. There's a lot of weirdness being queer, being in this relationship with like these two kids, and, you know, dealing with the exes. I don't know. There's a lot. And I think there's a lot of it too that where I live now is very white. Yeah. And there's a lot that we're going to unpack around that for this season as well. Because I am just waiting for this to happen. And somebody's comes up to me at one of these freaking sporting events and says, so whose nanny are you? Because I'm literally one of like 4 people of color, and all of the other people of color are the nannies. Yeah. And it's like, it's just crazy. It's something I've had to get used to. And Desiree and I have talked about this a lot, but it is very different for me on so many levels. I mean, I'm also not a sports person. You guys know how nerdy I am. I haven't played sports since like high school. And like, I'm going to coach 8U girls softball in the fall, which I was hoping to do. I know. I was hoping to do with Desiree, because Desiree actually knows what she's doing. And then supposedly I'm going to be doing this. And I'm like, I haven't played softball since I was in like 10th grade. I don't know what's going to happen. So anyways, but it's fun things like that I'm doing with the kids, which has been great. And, I'm really excited about it. And I love hanging out with the kids, and we're just having so much fun together.
They're good kids.
Yeah, it was really good. I think the other kind of big update for me is my parents. I'm trying to like I don't know if reestablish, but like rethink my relationship with my parents. There's been a lot of processing around that too, right? We talked about this in like season 1, right? Like the love is different between my parents, and then between my parents and like Desiree's parents, right? Like it's a very different dynamic. It's very transactional for me versus unconditional for her. And like, but my parents came to our apartment for the first time because I did not want them to visit me when I lived in my old apartment because it was older and they would have judged me in so many ways. I didn't want that. And I was still healing. So having them come over to the new apartment, it like they felt more comfortable. They kept on like comparing it to Korea, which was very cute because that's the only other apartment I've ever lived in. So they were like, oh, it just looks like Korea, like all this kind of stuff. And it was so funny. My dad, this is typical Asian. He goes around the whole house and he starts pointing at things. How much was that? How much was that? How much was that? How much was that? And I was like, oh my God, Dad. Like, and what we found out, Desiree, you know this, a lot of the stuff in our apartment was given to us. So I was like, oh, Dad, that was free. He goes, free? What are you talking about? Free? And I was like, no, somebody gave that to me. And I was like, his brain just does not comprehend. But he was all about just how much everything costs in the freaking apartment. It was crazy. And then this didn't happen when they visited, but I wanted to share this funny story about my parents. And I'd love to get like our listeners' reactions to this. So I visited my mom for her birthday a couple weeks ago. And we've been talking about getting a dog, right? And a family dog, all this kind of stuff. And my mom's like, why do you want a dog? She's trying to convince me not to have a dog. Why do you need a dog? There's so much trouble, so much this, so much that. And I was like, Mom, you're not gonna not convince me to get a dog. We're getting a dog. Right. So she finally goes, Sharon, instead of getting a dog, they only last 10 years. Why don't you adopt a child instead? And I was like, what? What? She's like, well, at least when the child grows up, it'll be able to take care of you. The dogs only last for 10 years and then they die. And I was like, okay, Mom, I think that's a little bit much. I appreciate you thinking about me and my future and having a child take care of me, but I think it shows the contrast, Desiree, between what my mom thinks my future is going to look like, right? And why she had me. Think about this. She wants me to have a child to take care of me because I'm sure that's not the only reason they had me, but it's a big reason they had me was so that I could take care of them. Like that's the contractual, it's very contractual. It's like a contract. Like I was born to help my parents as they get older.
That's your duty.
It was so eye-opening. It was so eye-opening. And I was like, oh my God, this is so Asian on so many levels. I cannot believe this is happening right now. And I think it's just so funny to me. Like I had an uncle die. Remember when you came to visit with us and I had an uncle die? Like, oh, Sharon, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I didn't know who he was. I think I met him twice in my whole life. He was an acquaintance. I was like, I mean, it's sad, but like I didn't know him. My mom didn't go to the funeral. I talked to my mom. Nobody from the family went to the funeral.
Oh my goodness.
I have a huge family and they don't talk to each other. And so it's just this like, it's weird. And I've been kind of wanting to go back to Singapore. I haven't been back in about 10 years. And like, I want to like, I've been talking about it. I kind of want to go back and see like my dad's old school. They changed into a big museum and supposedly there's a picture of my mom in the museum, like, cause she was one of the first 4 women to graduate from a Singaporean university back in the day. So my mom was a big deal back in the 60s, you know? And so I want to go back, but my mom doesn't want to go back. Which is so opposite of usual Asian families. She refuses. And I don't get it. And I don't think she's ever going to tell me. So anyways, the relationship with my mom and my dad has gotten, I kind of see I used to take their take their comments as barbs. Like they don't understand me. They don't know me. And I think recently I've just been like, you know what? They just have a different reality than we do about the world. And I laugh about it now. And I'm like, they're 83, 82.
Yeah.
This is what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be funny Asian parents. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's not going to change. How much is that? Can you imagine that? How much is that? You go into somebody's apartment. That's the first thing you do? Come on.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if any of our listeners have had their parents do something like that. Like, how much is that? How much is that?
Yeah.
How much do you pay for this place?
Exactly. He asked me that too. How much do you pay for this place? He totally asked me that. That was like the first thing he asked when he got out of the car. I was like, okay, Dad, I'll tell you, but
right.
I don't know. Oh my God.
Listen,
it's
I'm
so
not
crazy.
telling unless somebody's putting money towards it. If you're not putting money towards it, you don't need to know.
It's one of those things where it's like it's a very American thing to not tell people how much things cost. But it's a very Asian thing to be like, tell me how much things cost. It's like completely different. Anyways, so that kind of, I'm sure there's more we'll like talk about over the seasons, but that kind of catches everybody up to where I am. I'm pretty much a parent now, which is crazy. Part-time parents. And powerlifter. What? Anyways.
She's a new woman, y'all.
I know it, right? I know it. I'll wear a cutoff shirt for the next YouTube so that people can see the muscles. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. This was so fun to get back into this again. We missed y'all, and we hope that you'll tune in for the rest of the season.
That's right. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Love ya.
Thank you for listening to the Other What podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating or review, and share it with your friends. It truly helps us grow and reach more ears. This episode was hosted by Sharon Go and Desiree Jamerson, and produced by Andrew Marconi. We'd love to hear from you and build our community. Connect with us directly on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at The Other What to react to something we've said, share your own stories or show ideas, and make suggestions. You can also find all our episodes, read show notes, and shop for exclusive merch that supports the show at our website, theotherwhat.com. The Other What is proudly brought to you by 559 Labs. We'll see you next time.